Welcome to the Ranger Wrap-Up. I am back here on a Saturday. It's been I don't know how long it's been. Maybe I was here last week. I don't really remember.
I think, yeah, about.
But, no, I wasn't. I was somewhere else. But we are here live. We're going to Ranger Nation. We're going to be addressing a topic amongst topics, which is Power Rangers dead?
It's the topic of the week, the month, the year. It's big right now.
It's something that's catching on. It's something that's gaining a lot of steam, and I feel that we've been asked that. We've been tagged in a lot of posts for this.
Yeah.
We've never talked about it yet until now. So Jezzer's not here, but Daniel and I are well versed in the situation.
Definitely.
Before we get into that, we have T-shirts because we're gonna. Oh, actually, before we get into that, we have Pasadena ComicCon.
That's right.
Pasadena ComicCon is going to be tomorrow. Sunday, January 27th at the Pasadena Convention Center. Tons of Rangers are going to be there.
So many,
Austin St. John,
yes.
Karen Ashley, Walter Jones, Andre, Black Nerd. Who else is going to be there? The Red Psycho Ranger, Steve Cardenas.
Yes.
It's going to be filled with Rangers, and I am hosting the Power Ranger panel.
That's right.
So come and check. It's going to be just like one of the kind of like the After Darks that we used to do here at Hashtag Show, except with Rangers, and it's going to be live.
Yes.
So if you're in the Southern California area, join us tomorrow. And also, we have a Hashtag Show panel where you can meet our cast. It's going to be Daniel, Jezzer, me, Justin, Ro, Elle, Tatiana. There's going to be a lot of us there tomorrow on a panel together. So you come down, say hi, and check us out. But if you want to show up to that convention in style, go to TeePublic, description's in the link below. We have cool Power Ranger shirts, and show your Power Ranger support. We actually sold a bunch of shirts this week. Mainly, you'll never believe it, the Power Rangers in Space one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Power Rangers in Space ones have been flying off the shelves.
You know why, right?
Why?
What's on your phone?
That's right. I got the phone case. You don't have to just get shirts. They're also cool phone cases. This phone case is perfect.
I'm telling you, people see that subliminally. When you pick up your phone and you're like, oh, well, blah, blah. Or yeah, oh, JDF, let me read you some blah, blah. People see that all the time. They see it and they're like, hey, you know what? I love that image.
By the way, JR Hall of Horror, he's in this room. I want to say to that dude, he is fighting the good fight.
Yes,
he has cystic fibrosis.
Yes.
And he's dealing with a lot of medical issues. He has like a page set up. I think it's like a GoFundMe. Go and check it out and support him because he is trying to get the best help that he can get, and he's a good guy. I met him at Power Morphicon. So anybody that actually can, whether it's anything you guys can contribute, and I'm going to as well, anything you guys can contribute, please do so. He's a great member of this community and a great member here at that Hashtag Show. But
it's also not only money. He is looking for sometimes just simple emails stating that, you know, how important it is to you. Because sometimes that's what needs to be provided to some of the doctors, from what I understand, or at least what he's saying. When they get that information, they're like, oh, okay, there are so many people that actually do care. We can't just go ahead and turn a blind eye to his needs. He is something that's important to not only just his family, but to an entire community. And also, we're going to do something special for this episode right now. Every super chat that we make is going to go to him. So if you guys super chat, it's going to go straight to JR Hall of Horror. So that's, and also the super chat feature. What is that? How is that, Daniel? Well, super chat is a great feature because right now, as you guys see, the chat is going very quick. You guys all have something to say, and trust me, I know every bit of it is important, but sometimes it's hard to catch. That's why super chat highlights it and makes sure that we can see what you have to say. So use that super chat feature, and if it wasn't important before, it's definitely important now. So please use that super chat feature. Let's help JR. All right, let's get into this topic of discussion now. Let's catch everybody up to speed on the situation of what happened. For a lot of you guys that don't know, this is Power Rangers dead thing, it didn't come out of nowhere. No. So Bruno from Bruno and Mia, they were at a YouTube event. And at that YouTube... Nope, I'm wrong. He changed it. He actually re-cleared the
All right,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so he's doing his kind of meetup with his YouTube advisor. And it's something that you can do via Skype and things like that. So he happens to be there on Skype with his YouTube advisor. There it is, Matthew Thompson. There it is. Super chat. Got a super chat then. That's going straight to JR Hall of Horror. So, Jerry, that's for you, buddy.
It's going to keep coming, and this is all for you, man. Thank you so much, Matthew Thompson.
Definitely appreciate it. So during that time, during the kind of like advisement period he has with his advisor, the advisor says, and I'm going to make sure I quote it, the advisor asks, well, what else are you looking to do as far as with your YouTube channel? The reason I'm asking is because I know that you guys focus on Power Rangers, and Power Rangers is a dead and dying brand. Well, dying brand first, and then they said, no, correction, it's a dead brand. The searches on YouTube are actually on the decline, and it would be best if you detached the channel and started with something new, something entirely new.
I'll let you finish that out. Sorry, go ahead.
Started with something entirely new, because the toy sales also for Power Rangers are in the garbage and lower than ever. That's exactly what they said to him, and of course he takes it as a shock, and we'll go on with that. But
we'll stop right there. We got a super chat from our fellow cast member, reserve cast member, if you will, Toku Kid. This is going straight to you, Jerry. Power Rangers ain't dead, LOL. Last 2 years, it's its rebirth, and where's that Illuminati shirt?
Whoa!
Did I say I was going to bring an Illuminati shirt?
I don't know, but I think he wants
Did I say that? I didn't think I said that. Because the Illuminati shirts are coming, I promise, but not to buy. Nobody's buying them.
No.
I'm just going to wear it, and the people that are in the Illuminati are going to wear it. And you have to be chosen to wear that shirt. Not just.
I love that because the whole fact is the chosen.
Not just giving it out to people, jabronis. But let's get back to this. This is important. Now let's dissect this piece by piece. Yes. What I want to talk about first is Power Rangers being a dying brand. Is there truth to that? Toy sales on the decline. Is there truth to that? And and the searches not being what they were. Is there truth to that?
Okay. Well,
yes, yes, and yes. I'll be honest with you.
No, it is. It's true. Yes, it's a dying brand. But if you really
it's
want
not
to
a dying brand.
Well, if you want to go for what they consider, if it is, if anything, and this is just really kind of for contention than anything else, but contention for anything else, but MMPR was the highlight. Those 3 seasons, MMPR were 4 really, were the highlight of Power Rangers. It was its heyday. Since then, if you're going to say it, then you're like 20 years. The last 20 years, okay, it's been dying because it hadn't hit the numbers or the hype or the love that it had then. If that's what you're going to consider as far as dying, sure. That's okay. When it comes to toy sales, yeah, we are in a dip right now. And the reason we're in a dip is because we are in a transitional period. That's something people are forgetting. We all knew that we were going to be in this drought, in this lull, while we were switching from toys from Bandai to Hasbro, and while we're switching from production companies of Saban to now Hasbro as well. There's going to be that lull. That's what happens. But people
like
are going
LOL,
crazy
like
over it. No. Let's just say...
Why are you sweating so much right now?
Man, I am hyped.
It's really hot in here, though. It is.
It is hot in here, and I am hyped.
I'm eternally sweating underneath this shirt.
Well, yeah, I am hyped right now, so I'm sweating. Can't see too much on the camera, but whatever, I am. But that's the problem right now, where a lot of people are not paying attention to those particular things. It doesn't mean that we are dying as far as a fan base, as far as like searches on YouTube. In fact, this really did something as far as giving an injection to just the life of Power Rangers. And I wonder if that was the reason why they did it.
Okay, I don't think that the YouTube advisor was wrong.
Okay.
And here's what I mean by that. He or she, they obviously know what's being searched and where that decline is. That's a simple fact.
That's great. Right? That's why they're there.
Simple fact. But let's talk about what it has become. Power Rangers Ninja Steel, the ratings were not as high as Dino Thunder, or Dino Charge, sorry. Dino Charge's ratings were not as high as Megaforce, which was not as high as Samurai.
Exactly. We've been
on the decline. It is a decline, right? Now, I know a lot of people, in the movie is another great example. It didn't make as much as people wanted it to make.
Right.
The toys, another one. Bandai sold off their agreement. Now it's going to be Hasbro.
That's right.
I don't think Hasbro necessarily bought a dying brand, but it bought a brand that was, look, they bought low stock to sell it high.
Exactly.
So I think that it's all really going to come down to whether or not Hasbro can turn this around. Now, track record.
Here it comes.
Hasbro has done great with IPs that have already been in existence, like Marvel and Star Wars. However, and now Transformers.
Yes.
However, they haven't done much, and My Little Pony as well.
My Little Pony, Transformers, everything that they have purchased. That's the thing. They get it at a low moment, and they tend to bring it up. Hasbro for Transformers, they purchase it. They go ahead and run with.
Well, some of these brands, though, some of these brands kind of sell themselves, though, and I don't know if Power Rangers is one of those brands.
It can be. That's the thing. I think Hasbro knows that. There's a reason why a company spends over $500 million on a purchase. On a purchase. They know what they are going to do. There's a reason why. You have to think about it. Hasbro purchased it at $500 million. Saban purchased
numbers.
Disney
People
back.
don't care about when we talk about
but see, that's
numbers.
the thing. But Disney purchased when Saban purchased it from Disney again. It was $100 million. You know, the increase, it shows where its worth is. But I feel Saban knows what they're doing.
Listen, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but here it's simple. Power Rangers has been on the verge of cancellation multiple times.
Yes. It's always in danger of being in cancellation. That's been that way.
Well, that's not a thriving brand.
Well, very true. Very true. But see, and that's where I think there's a big difference. Because, like, I feel Hasbro is going to be an amalgamation of two things. When Disney purchased it, Disney tried to do something where they were like, hey, we have a big care for the show. When Saban had it, Saban was like, we just want to make sure to grow the brand. Hasbro is that amalgamation. They care about making a good product for a show as well as increasing the brand.
See, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I think that there's rights and wrongs to both this. Power Rangers dead? No. But it needs a lethal injection. It needs a lethal injection of something that, or not, maybe lethal is the wrong word, but it needs an injection of something that can bring it back to life and really spark it. I think taking a risk on Beast Morphers is a bold move, and that's a step in the right direction. I don't know about the cast because I haven't seen them. I would have casted older, but that's here or there.
Right.
I think that if you look at what Saban was doing in the last year, I personally think they were doing more than Hasbro's doing now.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, once again,
that's not a good sign.
This still is a transition. Hasbro has just taken in something that they pretty much got handed off.
It's been almost. I don't look at that. Look, Hasbro. I mean, Saban at the time, as much people want to shit on Saban, at the time, we had a show which was Ninja Steel, which is fine. Whether people thought about that. We had a new movie in 2017. We also had Hyperforce.
Yes, we did.
We had all these things that were booming.
Yeah, that's very true. We had a big budget film in 2017.
That's kind of come to a halt now.
Well, right now, we're not going to go ahead and immediately come out with another film. Hasbro just purchased it. Yeah, we had a big budget film in 2017. Now, that lets us know immediately that there was enough resources and also enough interest. That's why it even happened. Yes, Saban had something that they knew they were doing well with. Now, we had Morphicon, who had huge numbers for their record numbers for the 2018 con. That's a big thing. We have the comics that are on a rise.
No?
No.
Comics are on a decline.
But from issue 25, when we started the grid, morphing what is it?
Beyond the Grid?
Shattered Grid. Until Beyond the Grid, that's when things dropped. But the comic sold out for almost every issue.
Under Saban's watch.
Yes, no, that's very true. But the thing is,
look, I have it in good authority that Hasbro's dragging their feet right now with a lot of the Power Ranger properties, or a lot of the Power Ranger ideas and things they can do. Listen, it's great to talk about the things they can do, but then just do them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talk about a lot of things, but there's not a lot of action in a lot of things, and that's a problem.
See, but this is the same thing that a lot of people said concerning, for example, Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was a franchise that it felt was dead. Even though they were still doing things, it was stagnant. Here they come with Super, and Super catapults what people are paying attention to now. And it just takes that time. We do need that time. This is what I feel is going to happen with Power Rangers. It's not going to happen now, but it's probably going to happen in 2021 at that 3-year mark. When they said, okay, this is what we were doing, this is where we're trying to get our footing, we're getting our feet wet, we're understanding what this franchise is.
So time out. Here's what I don't understand then. You said that this is a transitional period.
Yes.
And you also, but if Hasbro's going to make all these changes and there's going to be on the thriving aspect of this, Why are they bringing back the same writers, which nobody really liked for the last 4 seasons?
Because it's kind of hard to go ahead and take over a franchise, a show, and then say, hey, we're going to go ahead and get rid of everyone else that knows what they were doing.
Hold on.
And bring in these new people. Right?
Isn't that exactly what they're doing with Beyond? Isn't that how comic books work?
That is how comic books work.
So what's
But
the
you think
difference?
about it, well, you know just as well as everyone else. When it comes to production, how many people do you have on payroll when it comes to shooting or something?
Okay,
right?
let me ask you a question.
You want to fire everyone else, and then you want people to look at you like you're this horrible monster?
Arguably, 2 of the best seasons have been produced by people that are not Chip Lynn.
Yes.
And
yes.
that's a smooth transition.
Very true.
With Power Rangers, especially being rebooted every 2 years, or not rebooted, but a new series every 2 years. Why not make that change now? I mean, it's working in Doctor Who.
It is a 2-year.
So
why not do it?
So
right?
what's the point of keeping somebody around? To me, it
works for Doctor
sounds
Who,
like
but
there's a lot of promises, but not a lot of follow through.
It works for Doctor Who because Doctor Who, once again, is a BBC show, which gets governmentally funded, and they have these guys.
Then let's talk about it in Power Rangers specifically, because it's happened.
That's the thing. And it has happened. You're right. But with Power Rangers this time, it becomes a transition of a completely different company and things like that. They need to still.
But it happened before.
It's a changing of the guard. Yeah, it had to happen with Disney, right?
With Disney back to Saban.
I feel that this time, the way they're looking to do it, at least I think that's what they're trying to do. Yes, it's a changing of the guard, but we don't want to make it where now we've alienated a complete fan base that's already been here. So I think they thought, well, it's best. Who are we going to look to say, hey, what works? What doesn't work? Well, we're going to ask them, these people that are already there. Let's just continue to keep them.
Here's the problem, though, is that I don't think the company's doing such a great job with the franchise. I mean, maybe it's just because we haven't had these grand announcements that we all thought we were going to get yet. Maybe they're coming. Maybe they are. But you would assume that they would have announced that stuff at Morphicon.
Well,
it didn't happen.
True.
Didn't happen. But I will say this.
Hasbro does have its own con.
No, but that's even might be a thing that they're killing now. Toku also gives another super chat. New creative team each season, so new ideas flow. I don't disagree with that.
I do not disagree with that. And
but why are they not starting it that way?
No, that is the mistake that Hasbro is doing. But I think that it's also, in some ways, which is weird to say, it's stupid to say, it's a smart mistake. Because the thing is, what are you going to do as far as, okay, we're going to bring in this completely new production team, completely new writing team, everything, and let's just go ahead and run with it. But don't we need that air of familiarity? Don't we need someone that says, hey, I know what did work at least at some time? Shouldn't we still have these people around? So get rid of everyone else but keep Chip Lynn? I don't know how that works. Or get rid of Chip and keep other people? I don't know what's the best way to do it.
What does it matter?
Well, the thing is, I'm telling you, I think it matters because deep down, I think fans would be like, "Oh wow, so you got rid of everyone? I can't believe it."
That's what
the problem?
have we? Listen, we're on this show almost every single week. That's what the fans want. We hear them say that. So why has that not happened?
No, that's very true, and that's what we hear. Now, the thing is, what we do here is not the macro. In some ways, I feel that what we hear is sometimes even the micro, because there are millions upon millions of Power Ranger fans, and we don't get to hear from all those millions.
But you have to assume
we do hear from the vocal people. And that is a good
These are the people that are in the community.
Yes.
These are the people that the show should be catered for. Why are they not being listened to? Why is it that them out there that are watching right now, why is it that nobody's hearing their voices? Why is it that they just get glazed over? Why is it when they want change, change doesn't happen?
Does Chip Lynn have a contract for the 3 years also? Or do we know if he only has a contract for what's being shot
3 years.
Now? Is that sure?
Yep.
Okay. Now everyone else also has the same contract?
Yeah.
Like as far as all
I don't know.
I don't know
the production team. What does the production team matter? It's about the writing.
Well, okay, true. But with that being the case, it's not only Chip Lynn doing the writing; he has the whole team.
He has 2 other writers.
That's it?
Yes.
Not a writing team, like
No.
just 2. Oh fuck. Super chat.
Matthew Thompson. This is why we need Cosmic Protectors. True story.
I very do agree. Very, very much agree. And we are moving in that direction. Trust me.
Talk to Josh on
Cosmic Protectors is moving in the right direction. Trust me, you guys will be seeing. Can we do something where we at least show them at least one panel or something?
We'll show them something soon, in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that possible? We're asking producers right now.
We have to talk about that.
Yeah, it'll happen. But I will say this. I'll say this. I think that is Power Rangers dead? No, but it can be, and I think that's the danger. I think the only reason this show's even alive is because of the people that are like in this chat watching. Is because people actually care. There's another super chat by Matthew Thompson. Thank you so much. Again, all these super chats today are going to Jerry Hall, JR Hall of Horror. He's battling cystic fibrosis. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you're saying cystic fibrosis. That's correct.
And his doctors are shit.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it comes down to. But that's we're donating all this super chat to him today out of respect. So thank you guys so much for contributing to that.
Respect and love, man. I mean, we're a Ranger Nation, and we're coming together. That's what we do.
But here's my point about this is that I think that no matter, listen, we're not going to please everybody. It's just not going to happen. However, we can agree that there are certain seasons that are good and certain seasons that aren't. The last decent season we had was Dino Charge Season 1.
See, but this is interesting because when you say that, that means for the last 8 years, which are the Neil Saban years, people slowly but surely started to hate it even more. It became worse and worse. And you even pointed out, it was like, all right, we go from Dino Charge.
But I'm not putting this all on, look, this isn't all on, Bandai or Hasbro or Saban. Some of this is on toxic fans, too. And
I wanted to get into that.
What I mean by that is that there's a lot of people out there that they want to complain about things just to complain about things, or don't understand the grand scope of things. Listen, man, people have their own opinions. If you don't like it, tough shit.
That's it.
I mean, it's let them have their opinions, let them do their thing. No, everybody doesn't have to agree, but at least be respectful if you don't agree. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Now, I've seen a lot of this lately with a big campaign that's been going around. That I was talking about this at MorphCon actually with Chris Katata about the community and not competition. I agree. I mean,
I agree with that. But the thing
you sound super hesitant.
I do, because there are people that will say that in public, but what they do is something completely different. It's like, for example, you know what?
That Russian water is really good.
It is, isn't it? And honestly, like, one thing that really trips me out, like, I'm going to be honest, we're going to pull the curtain back. You're going to be hosting, or you're going to be pretty much taking care of a panel.
Tomorrow,
you're going to be moderating a panel. With moderating the panel, there are people that are going to say immediately, okay, I'll show up. I'm going to listen because I know that Joey's going to ask these questions that I've wanted to ask, hear things that I wanted to hear, etc., etc. But when that panel's over and they're like, oh man, I get to approach you, I get to shake your hand and say you did a great job, blah, 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 they're going to shake everyone else's hand and make sure not to shake yours.
Look,
I feel that's going to happen. I feel they're going to talk a lot of mess.
Who cares? I don't give a shit.
No, but that's the thing. That's the toxic fan base.
Here's the point. I do believe in collaboration. I believe in community. Chris Katata is amazing. The Geeks of East LA, they're great. Ranger Liz is awesome. Ranger Command Power Hour. I can go on and on and on and on.
Honestly, there's so many.
And I think that all of them are amazing.
Jr.,
I will say this, though. This is man, I don't even know if I should say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think personally that it's great that everybody's coming to everybody's defense now. However,
where will you be later?
No.
That's my question.
No, that's not my question. My thing is this, is that everybody now is jumping on this, hey, we're a community. We're all in it together. Here's the thing. When Daniel and Jezzer got in heat about that Daryl Williams thing, nobody in the community came to our defenses.
No one.
We had each other's backs.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy. You know what the crazy thing about that was? Is that when everyone was out finding him, it seemed like the community wanted to jump in and help out. To me, it's kind of like if you're going to be, if we're in this together, then let's be in this together. But if we're not, we're perfectly fine doing this on our own. Yeah. My whole thing is this. There are those of us out there that I do completely respect. Like I said, I named them already. Chris Katata, the Geeks of East LA, Ranger Command Power Hour. I love them. Because we're always just going to be this infighting thing. That needs to stop. Honestly, if we want to make change happen, we have to make it happen together. And I don't just mean, there's another one, another super chat. I don't just mean change with the show. I mean, it has to be a change in the community as well. And we got to show that a solid front. Now, we also got another super chat, Mr. Ray, who's a writer for us at the Hashtag Show. To be honest, the show needs the right tender love and care.
That's true.
A little TLC.
Well, it needs a little TLC, but the thing is, it's like I feel that it becomes a numbers game. I don't know if somehow when they did the sale, I feel that this is what happened. I feel that Chibnall had a contract that was longer than what was going on when they went ahead and sold it. So the thing is, Hasbro was like, well, we have him because, you know, we still have to honor that contract.
Another super chat.
I think that's what's going on.
I got it. There we go. This is J Hero. I've been a Power Ranger fan since '94, and I'll never. Oh, that went fast. And I'll never lose my love for the property. But for the first time, I've lost interest. That scares me. Thank you so much for that super chat, J Hero. Man, that's a great comment.
Is that something? Is that a way that you feel?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna lie. This is. I was just having this conversation on the phone today with Junior, with one of our another producer, and I'll be honest with you. I'm hosting this panel tomorrow, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm excited to be at Pasadena ComicCon. I haven't been to a convention at all this year, and I'm not going to be at a lot this year.
No. So
the ones that I will be at are going to be special to me. But doing that grind and kind of like doing the interviews, and then honestly, I'm not so interested in doing that anymore, and I'll tell you why. Because sometimes you get toxic fans that are just that kind of blind me from like, what am I doing this for? I do it for the people that are watching now, and I'm here for the people that are watching now, but I'm not gonna lie, it does get me questioning, well, if nobody cares, what's it matter?
Wow.
So
you feel at moments you feel that it's an overwhelming feeling of I think that the fandom that's here right now, okay,
the people that are watching right now, the people that we do this for right now,
right,
they are the only reason that I even want to be in this community. That's it. That's all.
Honestly, I agree.
The friendships that I made through these people, the you know, that stuff is really cool, and even the friendships I've made with some of the Rangers, that's really cool. Like some of them, like, you know, just texting, right?
JDF.
Well, I think that
him all the time.
I do, but I think that with that, I love it. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it gets to a point where you go on Facebook, or you go on, or a lot of you guys on Ranger Board, or Twitter. Twitter's another one.
Boy.
And then you hear the negativity, and it's kind of like, man, like, what the fuck? I mean, listen, and I'm on the forefront of that, and I'll be honest with you. Listen, I'm not being negative to be negative. I'm being negative because I want to see the brand change.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. But like I always say before, like I say it and I say it again and again and again. When it comes to fandoms are fragile. They're also fickle. There are moments where they're with you and they're going along with anything, and then the wind blows and boom, they change direction immediately. You know, they're right, they're left. It's never just right down the middle. And that's something that can be dangerous when it comes to fandoms. Power Rangers, for example, is one where it sways frequently. And with that, it's kind of like, well, do you feel that there's a point where this won't happen? Do you feel that there's a point in Power Rangers where it won't go left, right? It will just go right down the middle?
Look, when we're having questions on whether or not there's going to be a Morphicon in 2020,
true,
that's a problem. But then, you know what else is a problem? Mm-hmm. There's specific people I know that I'm not going to name that necessarily didn't want to go to Morphicon because there's certain people they didn't want to see, or there's certain people that they didn't want to do. To me, that is a problem. When you have, and I understand the Daryl Williams situation, I get it, but when you have people that may have been a part of other Power Ranger groups and they got ousted, and it's like, oh, now I feel uncomfortable, you shouldn't. No matter what, you just shouldn't feel uncomfortable going to a safe place like Power Morphicon to celebrate fandom. To me, that's fucking ridiculous. Sorry I said that, but it is ridiculous.
Okay.
Like, when you kind of do this kind of stuff, you see the same people over and over again. You see the same people that are going to shake your hands and then stab you in the back, or you see people that you genuinely want to see that support you, and you're excited to see them. That's the way that I want to go to a convention. Excited to see my friends. And that's the way I'm going to a convention tomorrow. And
oh, yeah.
My thing is this. For all of you that are out there that you know, and listen, I'll be honest with you. I sometimes I don't play well with others, but
add in some Power Ranger, like, you know, stuff with it, and just boom.
I mean, that's our thing, right? Live together or die alone. I think that this is called community. Jerry Hall.
Said, we. That's exactly what a community is.
Exactly.
So coming together as one unit is a great thing to do, and that's exactly what we're doing here right now. And that's exactly
sorry for
this
the shitty
sometimes, unfortunately, the internet does have problems. But that's what I've always understood the Power Ranger community
Got another
to be.
super chat. This is a big one. Some J Hero again. My personal opinion, we as a community need to ask ourselves what we want Power Rangers to become. Do we want it to grow to a point where maybe it doesn't cater to the formula we're used to? I think yes.
Yeah. I think that's the great
It's
thing.
time to shake things up.
Well, I mean, why did we retreat, for example, concerning the show, why did we retreat from the idea of, okay, we're going to grow the series with the cast for a 5-year span? That was genius, because right now what we do, we pretty much pander to a particular age base, like for 2 years, and then we reset and go back to that same exact age ranking. What do we do for those people that are there that are like, okay, I'm out of this age rank, now what happens to me? I am now no longer someone that can watch Power Rangers. I age out? That's not something a fandom does. You don't age out of a fandom.
This is why we created the Illuminati. I'm going to tell you why. It's because we want to make change happen. The Illuminati, the hashtag show, this is honestly, when they ask if Power Rangers is dead, it's not my place to say that. It's not his place to say that. You want to know why? It's because, yes, we're in the fandom, but honestly, if you look at hashtag show across the board, we cover more things up. I mean, we cover more things. We cover more things than just Power Rangers. So right. we are actually taking that. We are doing that differently. With that being said, though, we really got our big break from that. And the Illuminati, for me, the Illuminati right now is 3 people: me, Daniel, and Jezzer. That's it. That's what we have. This is our thing, and we're gonna do like little live streams here and there with the 3 of us doing fun little things. But we're gonna do it because we care about this brand. We care about Power Rangers. We care, but not just about Power Rangers. We care about hashtag show. We care about our community. And our community is you guys.
That's right.
You guys are our community. I do think, though, that, like, this is crazy because, listen, there's so many people on YouTube and there's oversaturation of everything. But you guys are what make Power Rangers happen. But I want Hasbro to take notice of that. I want Hasbro to realize that. I want them to know that, like, if you want your message across, give information that the fans want, that the fans care about. Yeah. Because once you do that, and you sell the product to the fans and not just the masses, because you can mass market anything. Yeah. But when you give it to the fans, when you give it to the actual fans, that's going to be your word of mouth, and that's going to spread like a wildfire.
Have we as a community, made a hashtag that lets them know, like, hey, like, hashtag Power Rangers ain't dead or something?
I think
like,
that
is there anything
right now? The big rally cry is community, not competition. Okay. I do agree with that. Mm-hmm. Community, not competition. But like I said before, community means looking out for the community, not just when it's cool to make a catchphrase. Right. To me, if we're gonna be in this together, let's be in this together. If not, then don't say it just to say it. Don't say it just to be cool. Say it because you actually mean it. For me, I mean it, and I'm figuratively putting our money where our mouth is. Yeah. And that means community. And it just doesn't mean Power Ranger influencers. It means helping people in the community, like we're doing for Jerry with the Super Chats today. We want to do what we can to help Jerry Hall and his cystic fibrosis. We want to do whatever we can.
This is that example where it's like, don't speak about it, be about it.
But I want to make one thing very, very clear, is when we say community, not competition, we're not just referring to other Power Ranger influencers. We're referring to all of you. Yeah. I mean all of you. Matthew Thompson, Blackwing, Jerry, every single one of you that's in this chat, every single one of you that's watching, every single one of you that's going to watch us on a replay. Mm-hmm. We mean community actually matters to us. It really does. And if people don't like it, if you don't like it, I really don't care. Yeah. But we're going to do what we do, and we're going to do it together. That's what Illuminati is all about. But yeah, what else do we got on this?
When it comes to this subject, I think now we've possibly exhausted it. We've covered every bit of it. We've told what we feel what we know are the facts. We've shared our opinions concerning, well, is Power Rangers dead? And what can we do to make sure that everyone knows that it isn't? Sure. So we've covered that to an extent that's probably beyond. Now, I wanted to be able to discuss something which we actually had an article about. Since we are talking about Power Rangers anyway, we had an article recently about Billy. possibly one of my favorite Rangers. And we had an article about
another super chat.
Oh.
What's the Illuminati theme music gonna be? I already know the Illuminati theme music to me from my own entrance music.
Okay.
Is gonna be all of the lights by Kanye
West.
Yeah,
that's genius. That's genius.
Because we want all of the lights on the Illuminati.
Well, I like all the lights, but I like to change it sometimes to all the likes.
Yeah, all the likes.
I want all the likes. I do want all the likes.
I want to read, JR, he actually commented right here. It's, I love Ranger community. I've never had such support from anyone like I've gotten from you, Ranger actors, fellow fans, and Rangers, and Ranger Stop. Team Illuminati. We got Devontae Barbane. The catalyst can create life because it's so powerful. And when the words fell and combined in the... I don't even know what this means. But I do like the comment. What were you saying?
So combined nitrogen. Oh, well, we had an article recently concerning Billy.
No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to keep talking about if Ranger Nation's dead.
Okay, all right, cool. What else do you have as far as the concern, or something that you've noticed was an observation with? Well,
this goes twofold, man.
What brings it
this
together,
is such a listen. I haven't. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't checked out a lot of the other videos of what people are saying. Do you? Well, like,
I have watched.
Let's talk about it. What are people saying? We got another super chat. BZ820. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's going to Jerry Hall. Again, you can also support Jerry, not just here at that hashtag show.
That's right.
But he also has, I believe it's a GoFundMe set up for him. You can read all about his story, and I think it's an amazing one, and it's worth reading, and it's worth checking out. So if you're in the Ranger community, at the very least you can do is read it. I mean, you don't have to do anything. At the very least, just read it. But I'm telling you right now, find change between your couch, cushions, do what you can. It's worth it. It's worth it. His everything that he's battling right now is worth it.
Honestly, it's as simple as make a difference, save a life. It's something that, you're not able to do every day. You're not able to save a life every day, but you can. You can by just giving. You can by helping. You can by supporting. And that's exactly what we're asking you to do concerning Jerry. I mean, he's a great guy, man.
But I did want to say that there's two sides of this story, and I didn't cut you off. You were talking about what other people were saying about this specific topic.
Yeah, there are so many people, and what I like to do, I like to watch the people that actually don't have a huge fan base, because what they'll do, they just tend to be like.
Another one is Orange Ranger videos, by the way. It's another guy I like.
Good one.
He's good one. We've tweeted back and forth. He's a good guy.
I like to watch the people that don't have a huge fan base, because they, in some ways, they all understand. And they all say it too. I don't have a really large fan base, so I don't have much to lose. I'm going to share what I have to share. And I like those because it's coming from the heart. And a lot of them have been able to, like, for example, George Jr., that's one. Zentai Fit is somebody that we watch, and he is kind of connected to us. We saw him at Power Morphicon. But both of them said the same thing, which is, a lot of people don't realize or understand how important Power Rangers is to how Power Rangers is to them.
Another super chat. Sorry to cut you off.
Super chat say?
Let's see. It says, if you can support Jerry financially, drop him an email. Support helps no matter what kind.
Who said that?
That was Matthew Thompson.
Oh.
Our good buddy Matthew Thompson, I should say. I'm going to show this. There's a link also, or Jerry wrote this, working on getting a GoFundMe up and running right now. Until then, can follow me on Instagram. He has his Instagram there, and Lungs for Jerry on Facebook. So check it out.
But a lot of people have been saying the thing where it's like they've shared their personal stories about how the Power Ranger community or Power Rangers itself has changed their lives.
I think that's one thing.
It's amazing to me.
It's one thing I haven't touched on, actually. I talked about the community. I talked about the business side of this, but I haven't talked about the personal experience. Now, Power Rangers is very important to all of us for very specific reasons and very different reasons. That's another super chat. This goes from BZ. Who is the most underrated Red Ranger? I'll say TJ. Most underrated Red Ranger.
That's my answer, actually.
I would say the most underrated Red Ranger. Man, that's a good question. I would also probably say TJ.
Yeah, that was my answer. I was like, dang.
All right, so back to this little rant, this mini rant, though. Power Rangers means a lot to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. Whether that means it's gotten you through a tough time about being bullied, about school, about being on the spectrum like the movie. Acceptance.
Tolerance. Just
anything. If it's gotten you through a tough time at all, and you can reflect back fondly on those memories, that's something we want to keep alive. keeping alive means that it's something that we care about, and it's also means that, like Star Wars, you don't have to keep it alive. It's going to be here for a while.
Yes,
you know it
that's
is.
very true.
Power Rangers, on the other hand, is something a little different because I feel like a lot of people now like Power Rangers because it's the nostalgia kick, but it's supposed to be. But it doesn't mean it doesn't mean it should take the time off and phone it in for telling good stories now.
Sure.
And I think that people got into Power Rangers and bonded over Power Rangers for very specific reasons, and we got to keep those memories alive. So share your memories right here in the comments or even in the chat, or super chat us with your memories because that's going to go to JR. But what were you saying?
Well, a lot of them kept sharing how much it meant to them because it's more of community more than even the show at moments. But the only reason the community exists is due to the show. So, and due to the toys and everything else, it becomes the cosplay, it becomes the toys, it becomes the community is so much and it's engrossing. And I was touched when I'm hearing things.
Never wear a white shirt again. I feel like it's blowing out the camera.
Yeah, it's like it's blowing too white. But I feel that one of the, like for example, myself, personally, I didn't understand how important Power Rangers was until I went to my first MorphiCon. And I got to meet so many Power Rangers fans that didn't have a problem sharing how important it was to them. Jerry, I met this year, and it was just like, wow. That was something that literally had me step aside from myself and realize that it's bigger than the actors. It's bigger than the production team, than the show, than the toys. It really is the community. And that's a fan base that you don't see anywhere else. If you're a comic book fan or things like that, sure, the community, but you don't see it in droves the way you do in Power Rangers. Power Rangers is the only community where it's like everyone connects in a particular way. I can be able to mention Chris Cantata, and that's one way that it works. But I can mention,
Chris is a good guy.
No, but I can mention smaller people that don't even have YouTube channels or probably have small YouTube channels, and I can go to Chris and be like, yo, do you know what's going on with Jerry right now? And Chris will be like, yeah, actually I did. I can't believe that. And it's like, that's a thing. The community itself has a heart, and that heart pumps and beats for everyone in the community. I don't see that anywhere else.
Because we're going to close out real quick, but I do want to say one final thing. Is Power Rangers dead? As long as you guys are watching, it is not dead. Is Power Rangers dying? Under your guys' watch, it most certainly will not. However, it needs to stay alive by us being a community together, but us making change for the better, but actual change, and that means Hasbro, step up your freaking game, because we want Power Rangers to be... Listen, there's a lot of Sentai series that are great. We want Power Rangers to live up, if not surpass that. We've only done it a couple times here, but now we need to make it a frequent thing because there's no excuses. But, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I feel that since, really, if you think about it, Sentai is the first round for us to be able to see something, a story, a concept that's good, right? And say, okay, this is great, we gravitate toward it. Why do we not have on our second round something that's better every time? It should always surpass the Sentai. Because the thing is, you know what the Sentai did, now you have an option to even expand and go better. Why are we failing? That makes no sense to me.
Well, listen, if you guys also want to see more Being the Illuminati videos, let us know, because we're not going to do them unless you guys actually want to see them.
That's right.
Because, and also, thank you guys so much for the support of the Illuminati. We appreciate it. I do want to say this, though. I want to thank Matthew Thompson, Toku Kid, Mr. Ray, J Hero, Larry Newbill, and BZ820.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your super chats today. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said before, all of your super chats on this show, and you know what, even on the Henshin show, are going to go to, oh, we got another one. Hold on, we got another one.
Man.
J Hero. Sometimes, like Star Wars or even Harry Potter, is about the individual hero's journey. Power Rangers is about friends becoming a team, or a team becoming friends, and later a family. That's what makes it special, and maybe that's why Hashtag Show identifies with it so hard. Because it's the same thing here. We become a family. We become what it is. But also, thank you guys so much for your super chats. I greatly appreciate it. Again, the super chats are going to JR, Hall of Horror, Jerry Hall. He's battling cystic fibrosis, and he has shit doctors, and we want him to get better, and that's where it's going. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
I was going to say, I know before we sign off, Jezzer just walked in, and I loved his opinion concerning is Power Rangers dying?
Nope.
Blah blah. You don't want him to.
Nope.
Okay.
You can do that on another show.
All right. No
guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. That's going to do it for us right here at the Ranger Wrap-Up. Again, we're going to be in Pasadena tomorrow, Pasadena Convention Center. Join us for our Power Ranger panel, and join us for our hashtag show panel tomorrow, live in Pasadena. And stay tuned, because at 7:30, Henshin Hangout's coming, and it's going to be Jezzer dressed in a suit and I guess a turtleneck. Is that a turtleneck he's wearing?
Pretty much.
The shirt's really high,
just
his neck's little.
Like,
but it looks like a turtleneck,
like
and him and Justin are going to be bringing it to you live. Thank you guys so much. They want to see you on camera, though, Jezzer, so if you want to come in.
People want to see you just for a moment.
Thank you guys so much. Throw it up, Illuminati for life.
Put it there, Jezzer.
All right, guys. We'll take care.